Welcome back to another episode of Stock Talk. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Julie, so welcome. In today's video, I want to go over how to select the best dividend stocks for your portfolio. Now, there are a few requirements that I take a look at when I select my dividend stocks that I want to hold and buy for the long term and not really bother with. Truly just buy them and hold them and let the stock do its thing. So the first criteria that I take a look at is the yield. So I would prefer to select dividend stocks that have a dividend yield of at least 3.5% or above. In order to find out how much the dividend yield is, you can either go to Yahoo Finance or I like to go to TipRanks. So let me pull this up for you guys. So I'm on TipRanks right now, and TipRanks is entirely free. Of course, I have a paid subscription, but I can get all the information that I need for free on TipRanks. So I will just enter my stock that I want to look up, and then I go down here to dividends. And here I can see it shows me the dividend yield, which is 3.95. So this does check off my first criteria. Now, my second criteria that I like to look at is the payout ratio. So typically anything below 100 is great, but of course the lower the better, because that actually gives you indication that there's room to grow. And if you're looking for the best companies, then you definitely want to take a company that still has room to grow. And speaking of growing, the next criteria that I like to look for is the dividend growth. So you can actually stay right here on TipRanks and then just scroll down. And let me expand this row and I'll go down to the last 5 years. So we can see that Chevron has been increasing their dividend payout over the last several years. So that is definitely also a check mark that I will mark off on my checklist. But besides taking a look at the dividend yield, the payout ratio, and the dividend growth, I also like to take a look at the overall health of the company itself. So for that, I like to go on Seeking Alpha. Again, they have a paid subscription, but I like to use the free version, and you can get all the information that you need from here. So I will just enter my symbol again, which is Chevron, and then I will go on to my growth. Now here we can see that year over year they had a 64% growth, and if we look to the right, we can see that the 5-year average was only 2.33, which of course we had coronavirus, which put a dent into that. So there will be some gray areas here and there due to the coronavirus hitting. Then additionally, let's take a look at the profitability of the company. So we can see that in the 5-year average, we had a gross profit margin of roughly 44%. In the last 12 trailing months, it's been a 42% increase. Then let's head back to TipRanks. We go on the 5-year history. We can see that if we invested in the stock 5 years ago, we would have a 52% return on our money. So in addition to the dividend payout, I think this is a great return. So these are criteria that I look for. Now, does that mean that companies like Coca-Cola, for example, and let me pull up the chart for that, are not great investment because they only pay out 2.73 dividend yield? No, of course not, because if they still check off all the other criteria, then this can also be a great investment. And if we take a look at their chart, we can see over the last 5 years, if you invested into Coca-Cola, you would have received a 75% return on your money. So, but these again are just criteria that I look for, and I wanted to share this video with you guys so that you guys can start selecting the top stocks that you think are good quality stocks for you guys' portfolio. So I'll be interested to find out what criteria you guys look for when you're selecting your stocks. So if you want to leave me a comment below, I'd be happy to read and reply back to you guys. And I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video.